Day 2, Game 3 of the President's Cup at Nanaimo's Frank Crane Arena. Nice sunny day and two teams that are hoping to make it just a little bit brighter. The Caughnawaga Indians are 1-0. The Ladner Pioneers are 1-0 after victories yesterday. St. Albert, the only 2-0 team at this President's Cup. There will be another at the conclusion of today's game. Brody McDonald in black in net for the Ladner Pioneers. Brandon Miller in gray for Caughnawaga at the other end. And off the opening faceoff, Jacob Rouet takes the ball on a double team. Knocked heavily, and Ladner's going to take possession. Gobrecht is on to it. Runs inside Caughnawaga territory, throws the ball back. He's got Nathan Clare on the move to the net. Clare looking back. Has the trailer in Lacrosse. Clare again. Clare throws it back. Brian Poole will move up. Had 5 points yesterday in the opener. Puts it to the front. Quick stick from Lacrosse. Brandon Miller got across to make that save. Once again, Ladner ball. Clare a bouncer. Controlled by Kirkby. He had a hat trick yesterday. To go along with the one assist, Kirkby, Lacrosse. Clare as they throw it around nicely. Lacrosse again. Makes a move. Edges to the crease, a bouncer, and Miller able to keep that at bay. Lewis takes the ball for Caughnawaga. They're going to set up slowly. The ball carrier, Von Harris. 3 goals, 2 assists yesterday against the host Nanaimo Timbermen. There's a long shot high over top of Brody McDonald. The ball is free. And an opportunity here to run the floor for Cox. Coming into enemy territory, throws it back. There's a shot from Keith. Miller stops him. Ball free, high into the air. Second range chance, and Miller makes another stop. Hangs onto the ball, looks for the outlet. And he's got up ahead Ty Thompson. Minute and a half in, no score. Thompson plays it across for Reardon, trying to penetrate. Posts up on the defender, and it's Wyatt Pinder. Reardon tried to come up with the ball again and couldn't do so. Ladner up ahead with it. Transition opportunity. Kirkby a low shot, and getting down very quickly was Miller. Ball just outside the paint, shoveled forward. Caughnawaga will run with it towards center. Ball is thrown down on the floor by Regis and now taken and brought ahead by Brett Bucktooth. Moving up with that classic old wooden stick and throws the ball backwards. Harris trying to get by the defender Clare. Shot it wide. Ball goes high. Bucktooth with the ball recovery. Throws it down the wing and a shot on McDonald. Reset chance if Harris can get there. On Harris collects. Good job in a one-on-one there to get that loose ball and a fresh possession. Ball back to the middle. Ty Thompson loading, shooting one. That one hit into the traffic and it goes loose to the wall. Thompson and Hall will chase the ball down. Nice work defensively by Gobrecht, but it is still Caughnawaga ball. Here's Von Harris coming to the goal, getting in tight. Harris is in, and Brody McDonald was able to stop both the player and the ball. Sam Clare will take over for Ladner, or just drop the ball to his goaltender McDonald. Outlet pass, and here comes Tom Johnson. Johnson moves forward. During the 3-minute mark, no score as of yet. Poole, Johnson, spin move. Johnson for Clare. Throws it back across the floor. Quick pass to the front. Burkhoff just missed, as Mike Barakoff thought he had some room there on the short side, but he couldn't quite find it. Ball thrown down. Shot clock violation, and this is once again going to be Caughnawaga ball. Garrett Cree will take it. Leaves it now. Chance for Horn to move up. Into the stick of Jacob Rouet. Shots are 5-1 for Ladner so far. Here's a pass to the front, and Rouet was open, but he just couldn't quite catch it. Ian Poole takes over from the corner. Poole throws the ball high. Pinder for Ian Poole. Poole ahead for Lacrosse. Lacrosse moving up. Kirkby runs to the other side. The ball goes back to Brian Poole. Tried to feed in for Keith, and this might be a Caughnawaga break, and it is. Lane to the net opportunity. There's a shot off the goalpost. Shot just off the target by Hops. Hit the frame of the net, but he couldn't hit the netting. Caughnawaga controlling again. Lewis this time. Von Harris on the run. Harris looks, Feeds over the top. There's a shot that just missed from Blaze Reardon. High ball towards the Ladner bench. Pioneers grab it. Sam Clare. Clare feeds off Mike Barakoff. Tom Johnson just outside the arc. Johnson shoots one off the shoulder of Miller. High ball into the air. Bit of a push there, and it's going to be Pioneers' ball. Taken by Kirkby. Barakoff. Nathan Clare looks to the front. Feeds the middle. There's a long-range shot from Lewis. And they're calling a washout. Is there going to be a penalty coming here? I think there might be. Looks like it's going to be Brandon Francis who heads off to the box, and the game's first power play will go Ladner's way. 4 minutes and 45 seconds in. Slashing is the call. So Ladner gets to go to work with the man up. Big shot advantage at 7-2 right now. Although Caughnawaga had shooting opportunities, but just missing slightly higher wide on Miller, or rather on Brody McDonald, excuse me. McDonald's going to inch out of his net now. Looks ahead, and he's got Brian Poole with it. Throws the ball in. Clare, Poole, loads, shoots, scores! Brian Poole, a 5-point game yesterday, and opens the scoring on the man advantage at 5:07. That took just 21 seconds of power play time. Nice looking outside shot there for the guy wearing number 4. Made the power play look easy. Feed the point man and have him blast it. Ladner scored the first goal in every period in their win against Capital Region yesterday, and that's an awfully nice way to get off to the start, get on the front foot. First goal in every period they played so far. This is their 4th of the tournament. Both teams will make changes here. Ball is flipped into Tom Johnson. Johnson on the move. Bomberry watching him. Pass to the crease. Quick stick opportunity. Ball high into the air. Lewis looking. Passes. Nathan Clare forced back. Johnson's got to hurry. Clare 2 seconds. Loads. Fires into Miller. Made the stop. Ball taken in the crease. Caughnawaga comes forward. Hops. Rouet. Making a run, Rouet now. Puts it across the floor. Bucktooth looks. Feeds. There's a long shot kicked away by McDonald. This guy Sunday grabs the loose ball. Puts it down low, but that's intercepted. Gobrecht breaking into a run. Coming towards the net. He's got a man on the other side. It's Poole. Poole to the front with a shot. Miller turned around, but he made the save. Ball loose in behind. Poole. Barakoff. Barakoff's hanging on. There's going to be a turnover in possession here. It's going to be Caughnawaga ball. 13:37 to go opening period. 1-0 on the power play goal by Brian Poole. Ladner in the lead. Brett Bucktooth sends the ball down low. Von Harris looks, fires. That didn't get through. Ball up for grabs. Caughnawaga with the recovery. Thompson puts the ball down low. Fed across. Opportunity here for Blaze Reardon to grab it. He does against McDermott. Fights him off. Reardon to the goal in tight. That one went off the bar. That's the second time a post has been hit behind Brody McDonald. Power move from Blaze Reardon that time. Caughnawaga got the reset. They're on the ball once again. Reardon running some interference. Pass across. Von Harris ripped one. McDonald stops it. Pass to center court. There's a shot right on net. And a good save was made there by Brandon Miller. Horn comes the other way. Horn drops the ball backwards. Jacob Rouet. 20 seconds left in the possession. Rouet feeds it across. Gets a return pass. Jacob Rouet to the middle. Nothing there for a shot, so he moves it down to the angle. Ball fed to the middle. Trying to get a shot through. On that other side was Horn, unable to do it. And that will pretty much do it for the possession. Good defensive set from the Ladner Pioneers that time. They have the 1-0 lead, but Caughnawaga can say certainly a couple of close calls. The post twice in behind the netminder. Ladner setting up an attack here. Ryan Poole looks, flings it across the floor. Clare couldn't take it, nor could Johnson. Up now to center, goes Ward. Harris from the outside, looks, fires into the stick of McDonald. Had the legs open, but had the stick in perfect position, and McDermott's been shaken up. Gets up to the seat of his pants, and a penalty call, I believe, is coming. McDermott gets up under his own power, which is good to see. Joe Hall, 2 minutes for a high stick, and Ladner 1 for 1 on their first power play chance. We'll get a second here. McDermott still moving somewhat slowly towards the Pioneers bench. 11:34 to go, first period, 1-0 for the Pioneers. And the goal scorer, Ryan Poole, is up there right now, and he's likely to take the ball once play is whistled in. Poole will throw it ahead. Kirkby playing catch with Keith. Clare to the middle. Poole and Clare. Poole again, looks, put it to the crease. Clare, Barikoff, waits, passes back. Poole whips one, kicked away. Good stop by Brandon Miller. Ryan Poole's got the ball back, directing traffic again. Up top, Ryan Keith looks, fires, scores! Not much room inside the post, but Keith found it. It's 2-0. Both Ladner goals on the power play, and both long-range shots from that point position. .856 the time of the tally. So penalties have been the story so far. 2 power plays for Ladner and 2 power play goals. And both from that point position. First it was Poole, then it was Ryan Keith. And a couple of hard shooters for sure. 12-6 the shots in Ladner's favor. Ian Poole with a nice face-off win. Throws the ball back. McFetridge sends one up. Tom Johnson. Now from the middle. Lacrosse plays it across. Lewis looking to penetrate. Lewis looks, hard pass, Barikoff, he's only got 3 seconds here. Lacroix tried to put one over the shoulder but missed the mark, and that's going to be Caughnawaga ball. The Indians didn't have a fast start yesterday. Nanaimo was up 3-1 after 20 minutes, but boy, did they ever have a third period, including a 5-goal run. Won that game 9-7. So there's not going to be any panic on the team from Caughnawaga. Rouet looks at Harris, just out of his stick. Chance now for Reardon walking in. A good sprawling stop by McDonald as he went down to his knees. Loose ball collected by Cox and up to Sam Clare. Both teams will change. Nathan Clare runs through, throws a pick. Sam Clare puts it across. Kirkby from the outside. Looks and loads, can't shoot. Tom Johnson. Johnson plays down the wall. Ball goes back to Kirkby. Walks in, fires one off Miller. Ball loose. Reset here, Kirkby. Nathan Clare halfway through period 1. 2-0 Ladner. There's Kirkby from the outside and a good angle save by Brandon Miller. Hangs on to the ball. Flicks it on back. Run up to center by Cree. Bucktooth carries. Rouet picks for him. Bucktooth throws the ball across the floor. Loose into the corner. Hall banging for a ball there. McFetridge trying to scoop it in behind. Pioneers possession. High outlet. Both teams will change here as Ladner looks to set up a possession, and they will. Brian Poole. Mike Barikoff. Lacroix throws a pick. Barikoff puts it back to Brian Poole. Moving in. Didn't get the ball out of his stick the way he wanted. There's a shot from the outside, and it deflects out of play. off the Caughnawaga defender, so that's going to be Ladner ball once again. A bouncer. Kirkby from the middle. Barikoff puts the ball down to Lacrosse. Lacroixe's pass deflecting, nearly intercepted. Ball still up for grabs. And now taken and fed off. Both teams will head off to the bench. Bomberry is going to move up slowly. Now he's going to change too. Von Harris. Harris the ball carrier. Nice pick thrown. Harris shoots one. Missed going far side. Sabo trying to catch up to the ball here down the wall. He's got Claire with him. There's a shot on Miller. Big save, and the ball goes free. Caughnawaga will transition now. Bomberry all the way up the floor. Settles it. A pass off now for Sky Sunday. Sunday to Bucktooth. Across to Reardon on the other side. Reardon driving to the goal. Dives, and once again a goal post. That's the third one in behind Brody McDonald. Bucktooth with the recovery. So reset here for Caughnawaga. Hall comes up the floor. Met by Gobrecht. Still Hall. Looks to the front. Gets spun around. Sky Sunday took a shot into McDonald. Makes the save. Looks for the outlet. McFetridge will take the ball. Moving up towards center. He's going to keep going. Makes a pass off to Kirkby. Johnson running through to the goal. Now it's Claire to Johnson. Tom Johnson takes a look, makes a pass. Keith to Johnson. Kirkby now. Kirkby moving through. Forced in behind. Looks to the front. Nice pass there and a good save by Miller. Keith got open, got a quick stick away. Brandon Miller standing tall that time. Jacob Rouet has the ball. Von Harris now. Harris towards the net, breaks into a run. Driving in on McDermott, who's back after being shaken up earlier. Still Harris. Loading. No opportunity for a shot, and the ball's knocked free. Taken and controlled by Cox. Up ahead for Ian Poole, but some interference there on Harris. Caughnawaga ball. Or is this going to be a penalty call? It is. It's a hold against Harris. I thought he was the one interfered with, but Von Harris goes to the box. Third power play for Ladner. They've been perfect so far at 2 for 2. Initially, I thought possession call going the other way. The officials say no, the the hold on Von Harris. So he's off 2 minutes for the hold, and Ladner sets up the man advantage, throwing it around. You can bet Caughnawaga is going to be watching whoever's playing that point position. This time it's Brian Poole. He got a good look, though. Ball high into the air. Lewis catching up to it. Breakaway chance. He's in, and he just missed on the far side of Brody McDonald. There was a good shorthanded opportunity. Kyle Lewis thought he might have a goal there and just missed. Keith. Kirkby. Poole. Poole plays it to the front to Barikoff. Barikoff for Nathan Clare. Clare throws it across. There's a shot from Keith and a good save again by Brandon Miller. Ladner possession. 1:17 to go in the Harris penalty. Kirkby will take the ball from the corner. Throws it to Keith. Keith to Poole, and now Keith again. Across Clare. Keith to the crease. Quick stick, and Barikoff just missed the mark. High ball. Corralled nicely. In walks Brian Poole. Loading. Passing back, Ryan Keith has a look and a shot. Miller gets his legs together. Ball rolls right to him, and Brandon Miller looks for the outlet, and he's got it now up ahead. Horn controlling. Moves it forward. Bucktooth. Put it over the line. Ball controlled once again by Horn up top. They'll look to get the ball rag started. Horn continues to look in a double team. He's going to have to hurry and be careful here. Able to squirt out of it once. Can he do it again? Ball comes free finally. And this is going to be Caughnawaga possession. Ian Poole and Horn were all mixed up. Rouet had a quick first step, couldn't get to the net though. Rouet with a high flick out. Only 15 seconds left in the penalty right now. And you can see everybody at the Ladner bench saying, just hold everybody at bay. That's what they're going to do as the time ticks down, and Von Harris will head back to the floor shortly. The ball is bounced across to Rouet. 5-on-5 play again. Ladner now 2 for 3 on the man advantage, up 2-0 in the game with 4:15 to go in period one. A pass towards Rouet didn't connect. Thompson from the corner. Thompson for Rouet, trying to feed the front. Harris a pick for him. Rouet loading, shoots one, missed high. Ball loose. McFetridge trying to race onto it. Comes up with the ball, looks back at the trailer. High pass, and Brian Poole's able to collect. Poole put it right back into his own stick. Plays to the wall, pass hoping for Lacroix on the quick stick, but it didn't get through. Caughnawaga ball in behind their own net, and the Indians will start forward. 3:35 to go in period number one. Shots are 18-8 for Ladner. They lead 2-0, both goals from the point position on the power play. Brian Poole and Ryan Keith. Bucktooth coming towards the net, getting in tight, scores! He put that one through. Brody McDonald just got him to open up and found his mark beautifully. Went from the wooden stick back to the traditional stick, and it worked for him. 16:42 the time of the tally. And if there's one thing that's been notable so far on the Caughnawaga side, it's been those 3 goalposts. And rather than try and go around Brody McDonald, that time Bucktooth just got him to open right up. 2-1 Lacrosse game. That's the first even strength goal of this afternoon's contest. Nice draw win from Ian Poole. Sends the ball to Clare. Poole's been excellent on draws here. Nathan Clare with the ball now. Plays down low for Barikoff. Clare again. Just outside the crease. 10 on the 30. Ball in behind. Ryan Keith. Kirkby fires, and a good over-the-top shot and a good save made by Miller. High outlet pass. Just about on the money. Here's Horn getting a break. Horn to the net. Faking, shooting. Scores off the arm and in. Brody McDonald got the arm on it. You could hear the contact, but that ball just snuck right off the arm and inside the post. 2-2 tie. Perfect feed, too, from Miller. All the way up to Horn. 2 goals in rapid succession. At 17-19. The game is all even at 2-2. When Miller put that pass up, too, it was very much into traffic. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, coincidentals, are going to be handed out right now. Bomberry and Henner go into the box. So some 4-on-4. Draw win for Caughnawaga. Regis takes the ball, throws it down on the floor. Big collision, but Blaze Reardon one possession. McDermott's trying to stay with him. Von Harris working against the wall, pass to the front, Rouet, and McDonald, great stop. A nice connection there. Harris to Rouet, they worked it beautifully. Brody McDonald able to kick it away. Gobrecht for Tom Johnson. Johnson swinging towards the front. Plays back, Brian Poole. Poole to the net, getting in tight, throws it backwards. Foot race for it. Johnson is run into, so he can't get his stick near the ball. And he bats it down the floor. Brian Poole with a nice win. Knows the 30 is going to wind out, so he just puts it lightly on the net. 4-on-4 lacrosse continues. 1:47 to play, period number one. 2-2 tie. Both teams looking like they have the potential to become 2-0 here. This is a good one. Sky Sunday from the outside, put one high. Ball taken back by the Pioneers. Outlet pass for Clare. Sam Clare moving towards the net. Has Lewis on the other side. Clare leaves now. It was Sam to Nathan Clare. They fooled me on that play. I thought the pass went through, but Nathan never got it. Sam kept it. Miller feeds the ball forward. Bounce pass ahead now, taken by Sunday. Sunday puts it back. Von Harris driving to the goal, getting in tight, shooting one, and looked like Miller, or rather McDonald, just got a piece of that opportunity for McDermott in transition, and Miller did get a piece of that one. Put that ball out of play. McDermott a rare foray in on the attack, but he got a good chance. Here's a bouncer to Tom Johnson, closing in, shoots one. That one just missed on the far post. Coincidental penalties are up. Brody McDonald has the ball in his own crease. And a pass forward to Barikoff. Tom Johnson now. Johnson looking. Spins off a check. Still going. Pass to the front in tight chance, and a great save by Brandon Miller going down. Late 6-on-5 chance here as Miller goes right to the bench. Who's going to take the final shot? Rouet's got the ball now. 2-2, 9 seconds in the first period. Rouet looks, passing it across. Horn, Harris sub shot, and McDonald the save, and time will tick down. The first period comes to an end, and a good one. Ladner Pioneers 2, Caughnawaga Indians 2. The second period just 10 minutes away.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Nanaimo First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion, standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes, I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me, it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both fresh water and salt water with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals. And certain times of year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest, when there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. So you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about, but I'm commonly often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping, we have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue sky, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo is recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that, and there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries in Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, Sesuchin.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain, talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there. Sometimes it's 4 days you stay there and bath, cleanse yourself, get your mind straight so there's no doubt or meanness in your mind. So just pure things go into the thing that you're carving for the longhouse.
In Nanaimo, culture is alive and well with rich history, strong arts community, great food, craft beer, renowned wine and spirits, as well as exciting and unique festivals and events. All of this comes hand in hand with breathtaking backdrop that is Nanaimo's outdoors. From lakes and rivers to ocean and mountain vistas, all of this providing you with ample opportunity to craft your own adventure. There's so much more I'd love to share, but why don't you come experience this for yourself? Whether by car, boat, or plane, come visit Nanaimo, and you'll discover why it's the gateway to your Vancouver Island experience.
The team's coming back onto the floor for period number 2 at Frank Craner. Was impressive. Nanaimo tied the game at 4-4 in the third, and then just a couple of minutes later, Caughnawaga goes on a massive run. 5 straight goals. Nanaimo a 3-goal run in the late going to make it interesting, but the Indians took the game away from the Timbermen with some clutch play at the exact right time. Nanaimo came back and won against Saskatoon today, 14-11. And the host team plays twice today. Saskatoon plays twice today as well. And everyone's going to have to do it, but that is tough. Takes you right back to your minor lacrosse days. A weekend tournament when you load up the car and grab a hotel and play as many games as you can in the 3 days of a weekend. This is a week-long grind, and that's what the President's Cup is. 2-2 after 20 minutes. Shots 20-13 for Ladner. Ian Poole wins another face-off. Cut the ball, hooked in his stick, though, so he couldn't make the pass that he wanted, but it is still Ladner possession. Mike Barakoff. Kirkby. Nathan Clare now. Kirkby takes it. Dumps to the corner. Pinder throws it up. Nathan Clare looks, shoots one. Ball deflecting high late in the possession. Lewis just dumps it down to the corner. Caughnawaga will take possession. Ty Thompson will move forward with it. Being watched by Ladner captain Dan McDermott. Reardon picking for Thompson as the ball goes across Rouet for Harris. Vaughn Harris, Blaze Reardon from the angle, puts it back across the floor. There's a shot taken, and Brody McDonald makes the save. High outlet pass. Sam Clare onto it. Has Johnson running to the net on the other side. And now the cutter coming through. A shot in the goal from the outside. Lacrosse scoring low on Brandon Miller. Once again, Ladner gets the lead. Used that second wave in behind Johnson, and nobody had him. 1:08 the time of the tally. And once again, they've switched the clocks here at Frank Crane Arena. They've got the end zone clock now. Started the game with the center floor clock. They did that last night too. Lacrosse with a nice angle shot low to beat Brandon Miller and give Ladner another lead. And a knockdown on Ian Poole. They're going to tell Ladner to take it back, though. Or are they changing the call? No, they're changing the call now. So it looked like originally it was going to be Ladner ball, now becomes Caughnawaga ball. And I think they might be calling for a floor wipe here, but it's not going to happen. Looked like Bombury wanted one. Horn moves up, passes the ball across. Sky Sunday looking, loading, shoots. McDonald stops it, looks to outlet. Ian Poole with it. Hanair lane to the net with a shot and a good save coming across and getting the arm out. Brandon Miller looking sharp. Ladner with the ball recovery and it's thrown back towards McDermott. McDermott stands and waits. Bounce pass through. Brian Poole. Kirkby. Kirkby throws it back. Barikoff. Tom Johnson. Johnson to the middle. Looks and passes to Kirkby. Kirkby creeping in. 5 on the 30 as he's forced backwards. Makes a pass off. There's Poole. Missed on the short side. High ball. Just thrown down by Kirkby. Caughnawaga ball. It did pop out of play, and so they send a new one in. Hops at center. Plays the ball down low. Ball fed to the middle. Harris for Rouet. Rouet stepping to the middle. No lane, so he looks for another. Ball knocked away by Clare. Still free. Can Wyatt Pinder find it? He's chasing it. Now he kicks it forward. That's a good way to win the battle. Recovers right beside the Caughnawaga net. Walking in front. Wants to set up the offense here, so he moves it into Ryan Keith. Tom Johnson. Keith again. Plays it to the middle. Here's Lacroix getting in tight. Brandon Miller, a great save as he went down. Leaning his body to stop the shot and then hang on to the loose ball. 3 minutes in, second period, 3-2 Pioneers. Bucktooth with the ball. Throws it across. Here's Horn shooting one, and down on one knee was McDonald. Dragging his leg to make the save. Pioneer ball up, they start towards center. McFetridge leading the way. Looking to the goal. High pass, Barikoff, good save, Brandon Miller. Down to his knees, came up with the ball yet again. Shots are 24-16 in favor of Ladner. Brandon Miller's had to be good, he has been. Horn moves up slowly. Puts the ball across. Harris down to the corner. Pass to Harris in tight. McDonald able to get the stick down in time. And there's going to be coincidental penalties. McFetridge saying, who, me? He and Ty Thompson are both going to go. So 4-on-4 lacrosse for the second time this afternoon. Looks like slashing both ways. Brian Poole will take it once play is whistled in here. Game 3 of the day already, 2 more to come. 5 o'clock, Nanaimo Onondaga. And later tonight, Oakville, Saskatoon. There's a shot from the outside. It goes through Miller, but he was able to just reorient his body to keep that out right on the line. Sharp goaltending there. You know it leaked through. You don't want to bang it in. And he certainly made a good goal line stand. Rouet finds his angle, loads, shoots over the top. Rebound off McDonald. Rouet got the ball back. Pass intercepted nicely. McDermott runs the floor. Nathan Clare's with him. They crisscross. McDermott stands and waits and throws the ball ahead. Barikoff plays the ball backwards. Ryan Keith now with it. Keith for Lewis. Lewis feeds the middle. Ball knocked loose. Hops couldn't grab it. Barakov couldn't either. Still free. And now it's going to be a reset opportunity here. Shot clock violation against Ladner. Caughnawaga ball. Bomberry comes inside the attacking zone. Tries to get by the defender. Forced outside the paint. Bomberry looks. Plays up top, Harris. Put it across now. Looking to make a move is Sky Sunday. Sunday twisting and turning. Loads up, can't shoot. Now he does. McDonald made the save on the angle. Gobrecht on the run. Inside Caughnawaga territory, lane to the net. Shoots Miller the save. Big rebound. Goes right to Kirkby, so a reset for the Pioneers. 4-on-4 for just another 8 seconds. 3-2 Ladner in front. Lacrosse with the go-ahead goal in this second period. Tom Johnson looks to the goal. Johnson has McFetras now out of the box and into the play. It's Nathan Clare though. Clare shoots, Miller stops it. Johnson couldn't bag the rebound. Now thrown up ahead for Ty Thompson. He moves into Ladner territory. He's got Horn in tow. Thompson, 20 on the 30, shoots one, scores! It leaked through. Brody McDonald, this game's tied at 3-3. Looked like maybe there was just a bit taken off the shot. And I think that helped to fool Brody McDonald. The game is even once again. Each team with a goal in this period. 6:08 the time of the latest tally. And like I said earlier, both of these teams look very capable of going to 2-0. Joining St. Albert. Lewis has the ball. Feeds it off Von Harris. Here's Jacob Rouet. Sabo's in difficulty in the floor, but play continues around him. Lane to the net for Rouet, shooting one. McDonald, a great save as he went down, and the ball does stay outside. You can see it in between his feet outside the goal line. Sabo got up, and he's now going under his own steam to the Ladner bench, and here's an opportunity for Barakov, who scores. Mike Barakov sifting all the way through the Caughnawaga defense. Ladner has never trailed in this game. They find an answer to go up 4-3, and that was all Mike Barakov. A quick response after the Caughnawaga Indians tied the game, albeit briefly, for just 31 seconds. And Mike Barakov was just able to worm his way through that Caughnawaga defense, right on top, really, of Brandon Miller, and he beat him low. 4-3 Pioneers. We'll see what kind of a response that Caughnawaga has right now. Ty Thompson from the outside. Thompson to the middle. Plays it across. Here's Von Harris shooting one. Snapped away by McDonald. Reset for Caughnawaga. Sunday puts it down low. Harris looks, makes a move, tries to get by the defender. Pass up high. Thompson drive, just missed with that one. Ball back down towards Brandon Miller. Out he comes. Miller. Long pass down the floor. 5 on the 30, a pass to the front. Can Rouet grab it? He couldn't. That was Horn, rather, not Rouet. 47, not 44. Ladner ball. 4-3 Pioneers. Brian Poole. Plays it across to Barakov. He has the go-ahead tally. Barakov in behind the net. Keith looking, trying to escape, but being wrapped as he's got swamp all over him. Ball goes back towards Johnson. Johnson to Barakov, and he's knocked over hard. Caughnawaga ball. They'll take possession with Bucktooth coming towards the net, loading up, faking. He tried to go through McDonald, but Brody McDonald closing up the middle. Wyatt Pinder finds the bouncing ball. Ladner coming back on the attack. Ball goes back to Kirkby. Kirkby slowly towards the front, moves to the middle, plays it across. Tom Johnson shoots one into Miller. Ball comes out, ball to the corner. That's grabbed and forced ahead to Lewis. Lewis has a man coming with him towards the net. That's Horn. Lewis is going to set up slowly. Does get it to Horn now. Horn looking across. Pass to the middle. Thompson was running through, but Ian Poole took the ball away. High outlet pass. Cox at center. Makes a move and a nice pass. Brian Poole goes right to the boards. Throws it back. Keith moves it across on the other side. Barikoff to Keith. To the middleman Johnson. Ball goes to Keith again. Outside shot, and he missed with that, and I don't know if Miller saw it. There's heavy traffic in front. That will do it for the possession. McDonald will miss the ball, and that's going to mean it's going to be Caughnawaga possession deep. Brody McDonald was thinking, I think, 2 steps ahead there and just misplayed the ball. Sunday from the corner. Harris, man in tight. That's Rouet. Can't get a shot. Now he feeds for a quick stick, and the ball went towards the net, but an easy looper for McDonald to grab. Up comes McFetridge with speed now. Feeds the man cutting to the goal. That was Nathan Clare, but he couldn't get the ball. Caughnawaga possession. Ball moved ahead. Foot race for it. Won by Sam Clare. Bats the ball ahead. Recovered by Bomberry. Plays it down low. Opportunity for a shot. McDonald was reaching up as Bucktooth tried to rip that one. 10 left in the possession. And too many players on the floor, so that's going to be a free ball here for Ladner. Rush to the net and a pass back to Pinder. He's in and kicked away by Brandon Miller. Play was whistled just as the shot was being taken. It's Caughnawaga ball anyway. 9:55 to go, second period. Ladner 4, Caughnawaga 3. Ladner has led 2-0, 3-2, and now 4-3. Caughnawaga keeps coming back, evening the score, but they can't get ahead. Goalie break here for both Brody McDonald and Brandon Miller. And it looks like some pad repair is necessary for number 50 in black. This morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Nanaimo over Saskatoon 14-11. St. Albert beat Capital Region 7-5. At 5 p.m. local time, the host Nanaimo Timbermen will take on Onondaga. At 8 o'clock, Oakville, Saskatoon. And pretty hard to get a sense of the tournament standings just yet, but St. Albert at 2-0. Looking good, but had the big 17-4 win to open up the tournament, and then a real close game, 7-5 this morning against Capital Region. But it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or you win by 2 or 13 even. It's all about getting the victories any way you can. Everybody still has national titles on their minds here at this tournament. Here's Sabo with a pass to Gobrecht. Into a double team. Works out of it. Brian Poole. A low pass. Tom Johnson. Played into Lacrosse now. Lacrosse put it across. Lewis to the crease. Wanted a quick stick in Barikoff, but they just couldn't quite connect. That'll do it for the possession. Looked close a couple of times there for a dangerous shot on net, but Caughnawaga bending, not breaking. Bomberry has the ball. Played down low. Harris and Rouet will play catch. Von Harris towards the middle. Harris met by McFetridge. Still Von Harris gets away, shoots one. McDonald made the stop. Rebound opportunity there. McNulty was lurking in the area but couldn't quite find it. Ball thrown up for Sam Clare. Clare up on the attack. Put it across. Tom Johnson on the run, shoots into Miller. Standing up tall to make the save. Looks for the outlet. Moves the ball ahead for Horn. Horn on the run towards the Ladner net. Feeds the middleman. Outside shot taken by Hall, and McDonald able to find that. Scoop it up. Looks for an outlet. Has Cox coming towards center. Cox moves the ball across. Mike Barakoff lane to the net, knifing in again. This time Miller stopped him. Almost the same play where he scored. Here's a home run feed, breakaway opportunity. Great save, Brody McDonald. A shot by Bucktooth and tried to go high. Excellent stop by McDonald, and we're still at 4-3. Pioneers in front. Brett Bucktooth with a great chance in by himself. Ryan Keith from the corner. Finds his angle, and he just missed on the far post. Ball out of play. Caughnawaga will take possession. 7:35 to go, second period. 1 goal spread here. Ty Thompson has goal number 3 for Caughnawaga today. Moves it across the other side. There's a quick shot, but it deflects right back to Vaughn Harris. Harris. Reardon. Plays it across, nearly picked off by Ian Poole. If Sam Clare can get the ball, he had players running, but Ty Thompson's giving him all kinds of trouble. Brody McDonald able to scoop it up. Now for McFetridge. McFetridge running. Coming towards the net. Looks across the floor. Was hoping for a late man coming to be open. Now he got it to Johnson, and he missed with his shot. And the ball bounds once again out of play. Caughnawaga will take over. Hops is running. Moving towards the front. Hops is going to pull up. Play it to the middle. There's Harris, a drive into McDonald. Made the stop and hung on to that ball for dear life. 31-26, the shots favoring Ladner. So certainly Caughnawagas even that up. Here's Wyatt Pinder. A low pass. Kirkby outside the arc. Coming towards the middle. Plays across for Tom Johnson to the front for Clare. Clare was open, but the pass not quite to his stick. Miller, outlet for Horn. On the run towards the net. Horn driving in, takes on the defender. Ball knocked free. Ball battle continues against the wall. Down deep is Poole. Ian Poole just barely stayed out of his crease, but he did. Throws it across to McDermott. Now it's center court for Sam Clare. Sam Clare moves towards the middle. High pass into the corner, Barakoff. Barakoff below the net. Keith looks to the front. Ball deflecting into traffic. Lacroix takes it, loads, fires right into Brandon Miller. Couldn't grab the loose ball cleanly, so he gets some help from his defense. 5:30 remaining. Ball passed over center. Sunday plays it down low. And now some pushing and shoving right at the door of the Ladner bench. Bomberry right in the midst of things with Ryan Keith. Or is that Swamp? It's 81, not 61. Well, Bomberry was in there too. They were both there. So Swamp, Bomberry, Keith, all going into the penalty boxes. Is it going to be 2 one way and 1 the other? Brandon Francis and Dan McDermott will stand on and see how the penalties are going to go. And do we have a roughing and unsportsmanlike on the one side and then roughing on the other? So it would be coincidentals for roughing, it looks like, and then an extra for unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, that's not the way it's going to be called. Ryan Keith has 4 minutes go up on his side. So could this be a 4-on-3 power play followed by a 5-on-4 power play? We'll see how they call it. Right now they have 2 minutes up to Swamp, 4 minutes up to Keith. And nothing, now we have Bomberry's up. So it will be 4-on-3, a power play for 2 minutes, starting off for Ladner, but then a 5-on-4 power play after the fact for Caughnawaga. A bit of a bizarre way to call it, but both teams get an advantage, so you would say in essence it's an even way to call it. 5:23 on the clock, and the officials are going to conference about this. This has been tooth and nail right from the get-go. The one constant has been Ladner even or ahead, and they're ahead right now by 1. They start up on the power play. Brian Poole from the outside, playing catch with Claire. Claire walks in, feeds for a quick stick, scores! Kirkby at the side. Fantastic execution. And the power play has been near perfect for the Ladner Pioneers. And a little mini 2-goal run for them. Kirkby had 3 in the first game. That's his first today. Miller came over to get a piece, but Nathan Clare made the right pass right in the wheelhouse for Kirkby. So he's able to label that one in. 5-3, a 2-goal spread for the Ladner Pioneers. So now 4-on-4 lacrosse. Ian Poole with the ball. Lobs it up for McFetridge. McFetridge, a high pass. Tom Johnson. Johnson being forced back by Bomberry. Johnson spinning. Ball goes loose to the floor. Brian Poole. Brian Poole looks across to the front for Lacroix. Ball stolen away. Caughnawaga will take possession. Bomberry and Horn moving up. Bomberry shoots, just missed high. Sam Clare has a man breaking. Sabo trying to get a breakaway on the run towards the net, but he's being angled off. He'll wait, bring out the offense. Still 1 minute left in the 4-on-4. Tyler Kirkby in behind the net, Nathan Clare. Barikoff, Kirkby from an angle. Tried to cut to the middle, has to spin away. Kirkby's in. Can't shoot, he's being well checked. Throws the ball into Brian Poole. His shot kicked away. Brandon Miller knew that shot was coming and just kicked it to the side. 37 seconds of 4-on-4 remaining. Lewis to Ty Thompson. Thompson loading, passing. Harris drives one, didn't get through the defense. Ball stolen. Haner's got a breakaway. Good runner. Coming towards the net, takes his time, fakes. Brandon Miller gets a piece of his shot. Hops tried to take over. He's being checked aggressively, but he comes away with possession, adjusts his helmet as he does. Ball fired ahead for Hall, or rather Thompson. Thompson to the middle, playing some catch here. Now a power play opportunity for Caughnawaga. Ball fed to Rouet. Thompson, Reardon. Thompson again to the middle. Rouet flips it on. Sky Sunday makes a move. Quick stick opportunity. Great goal. Blaze Reardon. Cross floor pass to make it 5-3. And then the response is a cross floor pass as well. Brody McDonald, much like Brandon Miller on the last goal, made a great effort for it. But Reardon finds the mark on the power play. This is a great matchup. It's early in the tournament. But these two teams are both in form. Off the ensuing face-off, the ball goes free. Sabo grabs it. Coming towards the front. Moves in with a shot and another kick save by Brandon Miller, who's been sharp. Might be the first wipe of the afternoon as there's a big wet spot left on the floor. Thompson moves to the front. Thompson looking. Moves it in. There's a drive. Scores. Horn. 5-5 tie. And I'd said Horn from the angle, but it was actually Joe Hall who ripped it in from that angle. So Hall ties the game up at 5 apiece. Perfect low shot just inside the post, short side. And these two teams will play even again. Everything that you can do, I can do as well. Can Caughnawaga take a first lead? Wyatt Pinder hoping to mount a response. Just over 2 minutes to go in period number 2 as LaClaw walks in, and his shot was kicked away by Miller. Ball shoveled forward, Regis is onto it. Still Regis to control. Throws the ball back. Bucktooth will move up slowly. Has a man cutting through, and he feeds an open haul in tight, faking. Great stop, Brody McDonald. Looks for the outlet. Claire with it. Claire coming up the middle. What a stop McDonald just made to keep it at 5-5 and ensure that his team continues to play even. Here's Brian Poole, a shot. Nice stop by Brandon Miller. Ball taken and lofted forward towards Horn. Gets away from a check. Horn to the goal. Loading, but he couldn't get his shot away. McFetridge was catching up to him in a big hurry. Gobrecht will come forward now. Has Johnson on the other side. Moves it back to Keith. Keith for Kirkby. Passes it off to his right. Final minute here, period number 2. Here's Kirkby looking towards the front. Makes a pass off for Keith. Ball to the middle, bouncing free, collected. On the run, Lacroix with a shot that just missed. Bounces all the way back down. That will do it for the possession. Caughnawaga ball with 43.5 seconds remaining in the second in a 5-5 tie. Ball to the middle. Reardon passing it off. Sky Sunday moves it to the angle. Opportunity from the side. Ball passed towards the middle. Von Harris is there. The ball goes to the paint. Brody McDonald has it. Transition chance here. But I think it's going to be a timeout before that transition can happen. And that's probably the right play. Yes, the transition chance could have been a good one. But the timeout plan likely a bit better. Congratulations being shown there from McDermott to Brody McDonald for his last big save on that breakaway opportunity for Horn. 3 goals each way in this second period. Second game in as many days for these teams. Who's going to be able to make the third period push? Yesterday, Caughnawaga was able to do exactly that in their game against Nanaimo. Ladner really made a great surge in the first period in their opening game yesterday. Went on a nice run, and they were up 5-1 in the first. The first period ended 5-2, but they were able to stay ahead of Capital Region the entire night and then really open up the lead at the end. But this is going to involve one of these teams having to make a great push. And this could be pretty even right down to the end. A goal here would be massive for Ladner. 20 seconds on the clock running. Ryan Keith stands and waits. The clock moves down to 10. Who's going to take the final shot? Goalie out, 6-on-5. Keith loading, shoots, and that one deflecting way high into the air. 2 seconds left. Horn has the ball, looks at the empty goal, fires it down there, and shot missed the mark. And after 40 minutes of tough lacrosse back and forth, a 5-5 tie. Ladner putting another 18 shots on goal in that period. 17 for Caughnawaga. So 2-2 after 20 minutes. Couple of power play goals to start off for the Pioneers. Poole and Ryan Keith both from the outside. Bucktooth found a lane to the net to make it 2-1 at 16:42 of that first period. And then at 17:19, Miller, long outlet pass. Found Horn, and he was able to come in close, so it was 2-2 after the opening 20 minutes. Early in the second, Lacrosse at 1:08 gave Ladner once again the lead at 3-2. Ty Thompson tied it at 6:08. Then a 2-goal Pioneers run, 6:39. Burkhoff sifting through everybody. And Tyler Kirkby on the power play. Quick stick goal to make it, at that time, 5-3. But then on the power play, another quick stick. This one put in by Reardon, 16:56. And then just moments later, a short side shot by Joe Hall to tie the game at 5-5. Shots right now 38-30, favoring the Pioneers. 20-13 after the first, 18-17 added to the totals in the second period. Everything to play for in the third. One of these teams going to 2-0 at the end of this lacrosse game, which has been so good through the game's opening 40 minutes. We'll come back in about 9 minutes' time with period number 3 and a real barn burner at the President's Cup. The teams coming back out onto the floor for period number 3. Caughnawaga, the first team out. 5-5 tie through 40 excellent minutes of lacrosse. Talking with the voice of the Victoria Shamrocks and Colorado Mammoth, Ted Jenner, in town calling a lot of the games at this President's Cup as well. And so this was one that he wanted to make sure, whether he's working or not, that he was here to see. And I think Teddy's spot on with making sure that this is a matchup to be seen for sure through 40 minutes, 5-5. Ladner has never trailed in the game. Ladner has never trailed at the President's Cup to this point, winning 13-6 their opening game yesterday. And Caughnawaga was in all kinds of different situations in their game. Down a couple to Nanaimo early, then up one and gave up the lead early in the third. 5-goal run to take control of the game, and then gave up a 3-goal run to hang on late and win 9-7. Both goalies have been strong. Brandon Miller down to my right in gray. Brody McDonald in black down to my left. Spread scoring in this game too. 5 different scores for Ladner. 5 different scores for Caughnawaga. Yesterday it was all about Kirkby with a hat trick in the first game for the Pioneers. And it was all about Von Harris with a hat trick in his game against Nanaimo. But teams proving that depth is key in a President's Cup and showing that they've got lots of it. Francis and Ian Poole ready to get this third period underway. They jostle and the ball is thrown back towards Brandon Miller. Foot race for it. Horn trying to scoop in a double team. Ball continues loose, and it's going to be Pioneers' possession. No, it's not. Went the other way. Caughnawaga ball. Thompson moves up. Reardon from the outside. Trying to find space. Low pass taken by Von Harris. Harris to the middle. Harris in, scores! You can see the fist pump, his reaction after putting that one in. It's been hard for him to get loose today, but get loose he did on that occasion. And that is Caughawaga's first lead off the stick of Von Harris. Just 30 seconds into period 3. And I know it's only 30 seconds of a third period, but Von Harris might be starting to get a reputation as a third period guy. Had a very big goal in the third period yesterday. You like to save your best for last. And that is a huge goal. Now a high sticking call coming against McDermott. And for a game that Ladner's always been on the front foot of, now they find themselves down a goal and maybe in a tough spot here against a Caughnawaga power play. Von Harris wants to be the ball carrier. He's going to be. Power play gets underway. Reardon from the side angle. Thompson, Reardon, Thompson, Rouet, Harris, loading, passing down low. Bucktooth waits, feeds the middle. Great goal right from the middle of the floor by Thompson, his second today. 7-5. That took 13 seconds of what was very impressive power play time. A second power play goal today for the Caughnawaga Indians. They score 30 seconds into the period. Then they score 46 seconds into the period. And I think that penalty on McDermott really surprised him and the rest of the Ladner Pioneers. But Caughnawaga just looked like a team in control for that brief 16 seconds of power play time. Thompson found himself alone in the middle and was able to snap it home quickly. Ladner will take possession. They'll bring out the offense here. Having to play from behind a bit now. Nathan Clare has a trailer in Tom Johnson. Ball goes back to Burkhoff instead. Fed to the middle for Clare, trying to knife through, and he almost one-armed it looked like, but Brandon Miller made the stop. Caughnawaga on the run here. Regis in on the attack. Works his way back towards center court. Passes the ball up. Sky Sunday puts it back to the middle. Thompson, other side. There's a shot. McDonald made the save. Looks to make the outlet. He's got Cox. Dylan Lacroix wants the ball. Ball goes into Lacroix now. Moves it back to Kirkby. On the other side, Brian Poole. Poole spinning. Flings the ball to Lacroix. That was accurate. Looked like a desperation play, but it was darn accurate. And there's Lacroix with a good chance he just missed. Miller was sprawling across to try and stay with it. Caughnawaga ball as Lewis comes forward now. Moving up slowly towards Brody McDonald's net. Now Bucktooth plays across. Return pass from Reardon. Bucktooth looks to the front. Loads, a bouncer, good save McDonald. Rebound, grabbed by Lewis. Harris throws it back to Bucktooth. He's just going to stand and wait. Lots of time. Ball goes across the floor. Outside pass, Bucktooth to the middle. Spin move by Thompson. Thompson a bouncer. And the ball bounds out of play. Ball picked up by Nathan Clare. Clare passes off. Burkhoff looking to Kirkby. High ball into the air. Clare settles it down. Pass goes in. Tom Johnson finds a lane, shoots one. Miller able to keep that out. Huge rebound back towards center. Johnson takes the ball. Looking towards the front. Rolls it down for Kirkby. Kirkby passes the ball off. Lewis looking. Passing it across for Clare to the front off Johnson, right into Miller. Had to be careful to view that one properly, but he did. Caughnawaga ball, 7-5, they lead. 16:20 to go in period 3. Horn moving up, feeds the ball off. Fed back now to Bucktooth. He directs traffic. Bucktooth has Sunday going to the net. Couldn't quite take the ball down. Brody McDonald does. Outlet for Clare. Now Clare directs traffic. Tells Ian Poole to go off in behind him. Clare looks. Moves it in for Lacroix. Controlling on the angle, Keith just about had his man rolling off the check there in Brian Poole. Cree deep at his own end. Setting up with a very deliberate pace. Lifts the ball ahead. Vaughn Harris. Coming down the wall. Harris to the middle. Plays it across the floor. A bouncer into traffic. Reardon trying to get there first. He was knocked down. He's double teamed. Still working to come up with that ball. He does, but the 30-second clock dies out on him. Brody McDonald will take it from his crease. 7-5. Caughnawaga Indians. 2 goals in 16 seconds to open up this third period. After the game was even after 1, even after 2. Nathan Clare looking to the front. Clare turns, fires back. Keith. Kirkby. Pass to the front. That glance is free. Loose ball. Brought forward. Passed up to Horn. Both teams will change. With the ball coming down the flank now. Sky Sunday. Sunday. Bucktooth. Motions he wants Reardon to come up to join him. Reardon does. Has the ball. Fires it across. Bucktooth moving. Flips down to the front. No opportunity to grab that for Reardon as the ball goes way high into the end zone netting. And the Pioneers are going to take possession. Clare comes up the floor. Clare feeds his man. Ball across to Lacrosse. Lacrosse. Angle, Burkhoff a shot. Good low save by Brandon Miller. Ball loose against the wall. Caughnawaga with the recovery. Ball flipped ahead. Lewis will take it. Working his way into Pioneers territory. Von Harris now. Harris looks, feeds Rouet, and a great save by Brody McDonald. Ball recovered by Von Harris. Harris and Rouet with a perfect connection there. Here's Harris. Looks. Wants to get that big shot away. Takes on McFetridge. Harris in. McDonald stopped him. Von Harris knocked down, and Ladner will transition the ball forward. Just over 13 to play. Pass to a streaking player. Kirkby at the front of the net. Didn't quite hit him. Caughnawaga ball. Lewis lifts it ahead. Once again, it's Brett Bucktooth. Bucktooth again tells Reardon he wants him to go up high. Very deliberate pace here. Bucktooth moves the ball down. Sky Sunday from the outside. Sunday loading, pass to the middle, didn't get through, but Reardon takes it on the angle, and a nice high shot, and down to his knees. Brody McDonald made the save. Cox, Dewey, and Poole. Pioneers coming forward. Nathan Clare coming towards the front. Clare tried to take on the defender. Has Johnson in behind him. Johnson outside shot, just missed down low. Ball goes high into the crowd. Most of the crowd not in the camera view. It's on this side of the building. But a lot of the players, the teams, are using that side of the building to sit and watch. 8 teams here, so always lots of interest from the guys who aren't playing. Here's Rouet, hard pass across. Ball goes free. Ladner trying to scoop that ball and come forward. And the ball is moved up now for Kelly. Kelly, man in the middle. It's Burkhoff, and he's got it. Waiting, passing. Kirkby put the ball towards the net. Brandon Miller able to scoop that away. Horn takes over. There is not much at either end of the floor right now. 7-5. Another goal for Caughnawaga would be huge. A 6th for Ladner would put this game once again very much in doubt. Oceans of time left. 11-12 in the third period. Cox takes it. Works his way to center. Cox right down the middle. Pass to the crease, and not sure if that went off the bar, off the helmet of Brandon Miller. I think the way he's reacting, off his helmet. Tom Johnson. Outside chance. Johnson looks. Passes off. Keith. Clare. Good lane to the net with a shot, and he couldn't beat Miller down low. Stick down, legs together. There was nowhere to shoot. Nathan Clare had a good look that time, but a better look at the ball from the goaltender, who had it well scouted. Sky Sunday. Pass in. Here's Rouet getting in close, and Brody McDonald standing his ground. Rebound to Blaze Reardon. Reardon looking to his left. Throws the ball towards the nets. Bouncing in behind McDonald. Ian Poole from his own crease. Starting Ladner forward. Pinder on the move. Burkhoff to join him. Pinder, Kirkby, Burkhoff, quick stick. Brandon Miller, perfect position. That was a well-executed passing play, but nothing doing for the Pioneers. Exactly halfway through period 3. 7-5 Caughnawaga. Bucktooth into the fray once more. Again, moving up very deliberately. Wants a man to go up top again. Moves to the middle, pass off. There's a sub shot by Reardon, and McDonald, he came across. He's matching Miller's save for save right now. Bucktooth from the angle to the middle. There's Reardon with a shot. That was deflected to the side. Ball into the corner. 4 players in the battle. 3 of them go to the floor. And which way is possession going? Hasn't been indicated yet. And they're going to call for a wipe. 4 players in that ball battle. 3 of them went down to the floor. And which way is possession going? The officials are saying it is going to be Caughnawaga ball. That took a while to sort out. 43-37. Ladner continues to lead in the shots on goal department. And through watching Brandon Miller for the last 5 periods, he is as dialed in as any goaltender in this tournament for sure. Brody McDonald has been very sharp. He gave up 6 yesterday. He's given up 7 today. But he's been sharp too, and he knows right now that the way this game has been played so tight, he can't give up that 8th goal. He's made a few big stops at 7-5. And just a stunning run out of nowhere. 30 seconds into the period, Vaughn Harris found himself open. Rifled the ball in. Ty Thompson, 16 seconds later on a power play with McDermott sent off. And right now, Brandon Francis looking at the score sheet with the referee, and Dan McDermott is too. And if there's an issue, it might be that I think Blaze Reardon has been listed on the score sheet both days as 72 and not the 86 that he's wearing. I wonder if that's the issue with the score sheet. Brandon Francis comes over to the score sheet and he's motioning with his finger. And I think that's what that could be about, is Reardon's jersey number. That's just a guess on my part, but I noticed it on both days that on the score sheet he was listed as number 72 and playing as number 86 both days. We'll find out in the aftermath if that's what the issue was on that stoppage. It does continue to be Caughnawaga ball. Sky Sunday. Spin move, trying to get to the paint. Ball knocked out of his stick. Lewis takes it down for Caughnawaga. Sunday puts it across the floor. The ball bounces high. Out of play it goes, so that'll be Ladner ball. Played to the middle. Tom Johnson. Johnson. Burkhoff looks. Checked immediately. Bomberry on the run to the crease. Brody McDonald standing his ground, made the save. Cox comes back for Ladner. Cox, bounce pass out of the reach of the intended target. So they have to regroup here. Clare grabs it this time. Starts up the floor. Half a possession left, so lots of time. Clare takes on the defender, shoots, he scores! Nathan Clare, broken play. He and Cox got crossed up on the initial outlet, and then all Clare did was run the floor. Nobody near him, so he ripped that shot inside the post, 7-6. Massive goal for Ladner. And a case there for Nathan Clare of just taking what was given. That was remarkable the way that turned out for Nathan Clare. He and Cox had that little miscue on the pass, and then Clare just ran the floor. Nobody went to him. Found the angle he wanted, and it beat Brandon Miller with a perfect low shot. 7-6, Caughnawaga by 1. Up the floor, Gobrecht. Bounce pass. Onto the ball, Lacrosse. Lacrosse throws it up. Tom Johnson. Johnson passing down low on the angle. Burkhoff puts it across for Brian Poole. Loading, shoots one, and that one deflected high off the facade in behind the net. Ladner's going to keep the ball. You can sense that goal by Clare has given them a whole lot of life here. Burkhoff on the angle. Feeds across. Keith Lacroix tried to put one low but missed the mark with it, and the ball will bound all the way back towards the Ladner net. Sam Clare is going to come on. Brody McDonald plays it to him. Still time in the possession for a reset. Clare, Burkhoff looks at Tom Johnson. Burkhoff didn't make the pass, still might. Pass goes by Brian Poole. That will do it. 30-second clock winds down. 7:37 on the game clock in the third period. 7-6. Caughnawaga Indians leading the Ladner Pioneers. Harris. Bucktooth. Bucktooth waits. Harris on the run. Pass goes across all the way to the other side. Reardon's onto it. Pinder checking him. Reardon spins. Trying to get free. Still Reardon to the net. Pass to the crease. Great quick stick goal by Bucktooth. Reardon made the pass and Bucktooth had the finish for his second goal of this game. And the 2-goal lead is restored for Caughnawaga. McDonald not much chance to stay with that cross-floor pass. Caughnawaga has outscored Ladner 3-1 in this critical third period. And that was pretty. Between 86 and 6. Bucktooth with the finish. His second goal today. Ball collected by Gobrecht. Moves it in. Ladner setting up an attack. Kirkby. Clare. Does Nathan Clare have another goal in that stick? Tried to spin off Bomberry. Clare gets away. Pass to the middle. Lewis. Clare at the side. Put it across. There's a shot from Kirkby. Good save, Brandon Miller. Rebound thrown across. Clare looks, shoots, just missed on that short side. Ball to the glass and over it. Caughnawaga ball. 6.5 to play. Third period, 8-6. The Indians lead by 2. Sky Sunday puts it back. McNulty. Von Harris to the middle. A pass off. Sunday takes a look to the middle. Harris shoots, missed the mark. Ball all the way back down the floor. That will almost kill the possession. Brandon Miller scoops the ball, throws it down the floor. That'll go goalie to goalie. Cut off by the official, and now Ladner ball. Burkhoff moving towards the front. To the middle, loading, shoots, scores! Used the defender as a screen and just snapped it quickly. Mike Burkhoff, his second of this lacrosse game. The lead is 1 once again, 5:53 to play. Get to the middle, use the screen, surprise the goalie. Burkhoff used all of those for that tally. 14:07. Still lots of time left, but that was a needed response from the Ladner Pioneers. McDermott has the ball. These two teams have both brought it all today. Still 5.5 minutes left. Kirkby on the move. Kirkby looks, hard pass, and the ball will bound out of play. A deflection, so it's going to be Pioneers' ball. Burkhoff from the angle. Nathan Clare. Burkhoff again. Here's a pass to the middle. Ball bouncing free. And it's taken And controlled deep in his own territory by Bomberry. Caughnawaga coming forward. Sky Sunday moves the ball down low. Brett Bucktooth to the middle. Ty Thompson. Pass off for Bucktooth moving in. Tried to dunk over the top. Brody McDonald able to make that save and clenching the ball just outside the goal. Sam Clare for Ladner. McFetridge is up there on the offense. Tells Clare to keep coming. Now it's Tom Johnson. Spins off a check. Johnson just outside the paint. Finds the late man is Nathan Clare to the front. There's a shot from Lewis and kept out by Miller. Lewis in a good shooting position right in the middle. Miller bettered him. Ball recovery by Ladner. A chance in close and a fake and another fake and a shot high and wide by Lewis. Tom Johnson. Excellent pressure here by the Pioneers as they continue to control. Nathan Clare bouncing one to Tom Johnson. Johnson, Poole, Johnson again, load, shoots, scores, picked the short side. What a shot just inside the post. 8-all tie with 4:09 to go. And that was all about recovering balls and keeping possession. And then what a shot. There was a couple inches to put that ball in, and Tom Johnson did exactly that. Two after one. 5-5 after two. 8-all with 4:09 to play. In regulation here in game number 2 for both of these teams at the President's Cup. Tom Johnson clutching up big time. Ladner on the ball again. They've seized momentum. You can feel it in the building. They can certainly feel it on their bench. Burkhoff from the outside to the middle. Pass off, Brian Poole. Burkhoff again for the hat trick. This time he stopped by Miller. Ball taken away. Outlet pass. Horn didn't see it though. Sam Clare did. Clare deep in his own territory. Flips the ball out. Burkhoff takes it. He went down. Looked like he might have taken a stick there. He shovels the ball ahead. Then he took down Hall as well. In comes Ladner. Bouncing ball free. Scooped up by Miller. Burkhoff stays out there. He was laboring. He still is a bit. Now he is going to not sprint off to the bench, but trot off, and you can tell he's favoring that leg. Vaughn Harris has the ball. Harris put it through for Rouet. Can he catch up to it in the corner? He's double teamed. 10 on the 30. Ball free. Lewis picks it up for Caughnawaga, taken to the floor, puts the ball to the corner. Not much time for a shot. Ball is put towards Miller. Pioneer ball. 2:48 left in period number 3. 8-8 tie. Ball hoisted up to Tom Johnson. Johnson moving towards the net. Johnson taking on the defender. Throws it back. Clare. Brian Poole. Poole looks to the crease. Quick stick from Clare. Just about worked. Not quite though. Kirkby settles the ball. 3 on the possession, so he just rolls it wisely to the corner. 2:17 left in the third. 8-all. Ladner and Caughnawaga. Hops moves the ball ahead. Sky Sunday. Brett Bucktooth. Bucktooth plays it across. Pass to the middle. Picked off Sam Clare. Running the floor himself. Coming right down the middle. Feeds it off. Here's Pinder and shoots one. Excellent save by Brandon Miller. Ball to the middle. Huge collision. And it's going to be called on the collision which way? Caughnawaga ball. Sea of humanity as bodies came crashing together. Vaughn Harris, 100 seconds on the clock. Harris looking. Rouet goes for a run. So does Harris. Shoots, missed the goal. Rebound back down the floor. Brandon Miller grabs the ball, comes out, fires the ball in. Harris takes it, gets by a check. Vaughn Harris shoots, What a stop made there with the arm by Brody McDonald. Reset opportunity as Reardon's got the ball here for Caughnawaga. Fed to the late man, Thompson. There's a shot. Reardon scores! Blaze Reardon with 1:09 on the clock. 9-8 Caughnawaga. What a lacrosse game at Frank Crane Arena. This is a game worthy of a final. It's only day 2. 18:51. Blaze Reardon. Still time for the Ladner Pioneers. What a big face-off this is, though. Ian Poole. Brandon Francis. Play whistled in. Ball goes towards the Caughnawaga bench. Wyatt Pinder trying to win it. Ian Poole there to help him. This ball battle means everything. It's still up for grabs. Still loose in the corner. Taken now by Ladner. Gobrecht throws it back. McFetridge wants to bring out the offense. There's 48 seconds left on the game clock and a timeout for the Ladner Pioneers. This is their moment. That was a huge possession. And it took forever for either team to get it. But Ladner got the possession. And the clock did stop at 46.7. They might put something back up. I thought it had stopped at 48 initially. And the Pioneers won every second of that clock up there. Right now, the hero, and there still could be another hero or even a couple. But right now, the hero is Blaze Reardon. A tremendous outside shot. Tom Johnson tied it with a great outside shot, too. And the go-ahead marker, same thing. You've got a lot of sharpshooters on these rosters on the floor today. Ladner setting up. Brian Poole. Mike Burkhoff. Tom Johnson. Nathan Clare. Ryan Keith and Tyler Kirkby will come out as well. That's their 6th man. Caughnawaga setting up the wall around Brandon Miller. 46.7. They didn't move the clock. It's still 46.7. Ryan Keith moving up. Brody McDonald on the bench. Tom Johnson. Keith moving in. Loads. Shoots. Missed the mark. Rebound. This is a huge loose ball. Brandon Miller's got it. Is this a timeout now for Caughnawaga? I think it shall be, as the clock's down to 33 seconds. Ryan Keith had a good look. You would say maybe it's early in the possession, but no, he had a good look. There hasn't been a lot of room from that angle to get an outside shot. He had it, just couldn't quite make the shot that he needed to. But if you get a look that's that open, I think you have to take it. 33 seconds left. A differential of 3 between the game clock and the shot clock. But Ladner needs some kind of a strip or a steal here realistically. 9-8 Caughnawaga Indians. A tremendous performance from both clubs today. And there's still 33 seconds of the third period remaining. And a quick run towards center. Great power run by Rouet. Double team. Lost the ball and his stick. Triple teamed and Ladner gets what they needed. They've got 20 seconds. Cox coming up the floor. Cox. Burkhoff. Still with time. Loads. Cuts in. Shoots. What a stop by Miller. 10 seconds remain. Brian Poole settles the ball. Poole to the middle. Looks at the clock. Wings one in wide. High ball. Still free. Into traffic. Clare shoots. Scores! Just as time was expiring. Do they count it? They do not. No goal. Washout from the officials. Wow, was that close? And the Ladner Pioneers, do they have a case? Now, the score clock is at the opposite end from where the play was. So absolutely impossible to see them both for anybody. There's literally no way to watch the score clock and the play because they're at opposite ends. But the officials made the washout, and the handshakes begin. A 9-8 final. Would it look like maybe with a second left or a fraction thereof that Ladner had tied the game at 9? What an ending to this game. A controversial one. Caughnawaga is 2-0 at the President's Cup. Ladner is 1-1. An incredible finish. And the Pioneers thinking about leaving the floor, but there's still game MVP presentations to come, so they'll have to come back out. The elation of winning for Caughnawaga and the frustration of what Ladner thought was a last-second buzzer beater. Boy, this game had everything. And again, with the score clock at the opposite end from where the goal was scored, you have to rely on the officials and their judgment to say no, time had expired before the ball entered the net, but man, was that close. Game MVPs, who would you choose? Bucktooth, Reardon, Thompson, all possibles on the Caughnawaga side. On the Ladner side, Burkhoff, a couple of goals. Certainly a guy that would fit in there. Johnson, Clare, Kirkby were all good. Either one of the goaltenders you could choose in this game. Brody McDonald, Brandon Miller, so sharp in the contest. Player of the game presentation is about to come. And the lacrosse shafts will be presented out to two deserving players. And I just mentioned lists of players that you could pick on either side, and the list is deeper than what I even mentioned, really. Both teams played so tremendously well in this contest. A 9-8 final. And you wonder, the officials, as they make their way back to the locker room, they had been doing the player of the game presentations, but they're making their way back to the locker room, so it won't be the coaches, or the officials rather, today. But they might be talking about that buzzer-beating play, making sure that they got it right. Blaze Reardon gets player of the game. The game-winning goal. He had 2 goals on the afternoon. Stopping for a photo. But the timely goal from the outside that just slipped under Brody McDonald. And Tom Johnson, game MVP, very prominent on offense, and his tying goal to make it 8-8. How massive did that appear to be until Reardon played hero? And then maybe one of the big heroes on the Caughnawaga side, the game clock, which came to an end just in the nick of time. This was sensational lacrosse, start to finish. 9-8 scoreline. Caughnawaga beating Ladner. They join St. Albert at 2-0 at the President's Cup. In about an hour from now, the home team, the Nanaimo Timbermen, they will play Onondaga at 5. And then 8 o'clock today, we will see Oakville and Saskatoon. Still lots more lacrosse action. It's going to be tough for a game to measure up to that today. Just spectacular stuff. The Caughnawaga Indians, a 9-8 win over the Ladner Pioneers.